Hello guys, tonight it is time to watch some very scary videos that you should never watch alone. Now we want to follow an urban explorer who traveled to a supposedly haunted shrine in the middle of the night. She heard a lot of creepy ghost stories about this place, and ever so often these ghosts can apparently be seen. But he didn't fully believe in these tales, but nevertheless wanted to document his nightly visit. At some point, he notices a garbage bag which is placed on the stairs to the entrance. And then there is a weird noise. Something creepy was peeking out from behind the tree. Some people commented that this could be one of the evil spirits that is said to roam the area. Could this be? It certainly doesn't look human. Thank God the explorer didn't notice it, only after rewatching the footage at home. The following videos were shared by Tristan, who seems to be dealing with some otherworldly activity in his very own home. He notices that a lot of his personal items were moved around, and doors open and close on their own, and even his chairs travel by themselves. This is why he decided to place some stationary cameras to record these strange happenings. Do you see the shadowy figure moving there? It left Tristan pretty startled. And it appears that the activity worsened after this. Now these forces were also playing with the electricity in his home. And even unseen forces that were trying to enter closed doors within his house. Here he seems to have captured this transparent shadow being once more, although hardly noticeable. It seems to be moving around in the other room. One night he was watching TV with his girlfriend and his dog when the activity scared everybody. It is unclear if the activity is still going on, but it's safe to say that the couple doesn't feel safe anymore at this point. The following clip was recorded by the dashcam of Pedro, who was out this night to deliver some goods. His colleagues swear to have seen weird things on that particular stretch of road, and it would appear that Pedro himself could catch a glimpse of that. He noticed what appeared to be a pale woman sitting on the right side of the road. She doesn't look human at all, and I find that her fingers in particular are looking extremely creepy. Pedro saw this with his own eyes at the time and decided against stopping to see who this exactly was. But it is said that this might have been something otherworldly that was greeting this oncoming truck. Spooky. This video was captured by 2 contractors who were hired for a job at the following apartment building, and they were getting out and preparing their work, when one of them captured something rather creepy. Nobody has any explanation as of what this thing is and what it could mean. Was it a spirit, a demon, or what else? The following video was captured by 2 young friends who were driving on a road in the fields that was owned by one of their family members. They do this ever so often when hanging out on the weekends. Tonight was a bit strange, however, because they thought to have seen something in the distance and kept driving towards it.
My camera can't pick it up. What are those? What are those? Why does it look like they have heads? Bro, that's actually people. Bro!
Please just get out of here, dude.
It's quite strange how several pairs of what appears to be torsos, dressed in white, can be seen, lined up next to each other. The 2 believed that this perhaps had been a cult that was trespassing and maybe even performing some form of ritual. But if that's not the case, what could we be looking at here exactly? Pretty creepy encounter though, that's for sure. This video was uploaded by Chubby Gooby, who states that she moved into a new residence with her husband and their cats. They noticed some really strange things going on, and this is when Chubby started a video diary.
I'm not really sure what to do about this. Just watch and let me know what you think at the end. My cat never comes up to me like this unless she wants food, so that might have been what it was, but she was acting particularly weird.
Even her cats started to act pretty weird, at least that is how she explains it.
Our cat just walked away from me, and I felt like she knew it was coming.
It slowly started to escalate when more noticeable activity unfolded in their home. Another night, they got woken up by loud noises from the basement.
We don't have any explanation for it. Like I said last time, we don't record everything. You don't record it, you don't...
You can explain that?
That's why I'm tired.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the 50th freaking night in a row. Something's happened.
I think you're exaggerating. Look, it's a basement. Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
Okay, we need to go. Go.
Well, where?
Go upstairs. Go upstairs. Gee, go upstairs. Go upstairs. Go upstairs. Go upstairs.
The two believe that something evil is lingering in their home.
I was fully asleep at this point, and I was trying to wake up. We were both half asleep at this point, and I don't really remember what happened exactly. I just heard a sound. It wasn't until we watched the video.
And if all of this hasn't been staged, maybe they are right. Now we are back at the home of Father Win MC Pix, who's documenting the haunting in the home of his family for over a year now. At this point, Win believes that the ghost of a young boy has followed him even to his daily job site, and he's seeing strange occurrences almost on the daily now.
Oh, it's cold right here. It's the other way. Hello? I'm not going up there. Definitely not going back there. Oh wow, it is really cold right here. What was that? Oh. I don't think it's happy we're here. Oh, no. Oh, holy. Dude, there's...
Not only could he hear demonic noises in the building that day, but there was the silhouette of a creepy shadow figure lurking in the corner in one of the rooms, evidently staring at Win. Creepy for sure. And a few nights after that, Wynn has captured more of the activity that today followed him back into his own house.
I'm playing only up in my office. Something keeps passing by this window. If you're walking by my office, I want you to knock it off. Holy. Is that you making all that noise back there? This thing's always closing doors. You need to get out. Dude. Will you knock it off, please? You gotta get out. You're gonna lock yourself in the laundry room again? You're not leaving? You're not gonna...
The noises sound pretty similar to what could be heard in the other building, making it almost certain that he is dealing with the same entity here. See how it is walking towards the door and then closing it? Pretty creepy, I would say. Let's see how this case will develop in the future. This was shared by Charity Lewis, and it features her daughter with a toy camera. She's talking about her day and is basically just recording a little conversation she seems to be having with her dolls. However, at some point, the young girl leaves the room, and then something strange is being captured.
And we also got ice cream that day, and I'm having a lot of fun.
Notice how a dark shadow object is popping by the entrance. We later learn that nobody was in the room anymore, which makes us question what was captured here. Was it a shadow being, therefore a paranormal incident? Pretty eerie for sure, and the family has also no idea as of what had happened here. Now we want to look at the case of Francisco, who started to become a victim of something that would send shivers down anyone's spine. After moving into a new house, it became evident that an evil entity seemed to be dwelling in there. It's late at night, and Francisco begins to hear strange noises outside of his room, and this is where this recording begins.
Empiezo a grabar porque estoy escuchando sonidos desde el baño muy raros. Y estoy solo en casa. Dentro del baño.
All of a sudden, the curtain starts to move, indicating that someone might be behind it. However, in that very instant, the curtain falls, only to reveal that there was nothing and no one behind it. And this was just the beginning. A few days after, it escalated even more.
¿Se va a activar esto solo, tío? No se apaga. Se acaba de activar esto solo. Cojones. Hola. Acabo de activar la cámara, chico, porque estoy escuchando sonidos de nuevo que vienen de la habitación. ¿Hola? ¿Qué es lo que quieres? ¿Hay alguien en mi casa? ¿Hay alguna entidad? Miren, chico, miren. ¿Hola?
It started to move objects around the house now and was even able to open and close doors by itself. Not a good sign, to be honest.
Señora, estoy grabando porque estoy escuchando otra vez los sonidos. Escuche. ¿Qué cojones? ¡Oye ya! Coño, se acaba de encender otra vez el aparato. ¿Vuelve a encenderse eso? ¿Hola? Escucha. Soy un niño. Escucha. ¿Qué cojones? No hay nadie.
Now, all of a sudden, the cries of a child started to be present in his house. And if that wasn't creepy enough, they seemed to be stemming right out of Francisco's bedroom.
¿Qué cojones? Escucha. ¿Qué cojones? No puedo creer. No lo puedo creer.
Francisco was so concerned that he even started contacting a local priest, and they exchanged messages about how to deal with this particular haunting in his home. The priest told him that this was a pretty dangerous situation, and that it sounded like the entity had attached itself to him, and unfortunately, there wasn't much the priest could do for him. And the following happened only a night after.
Eso. Eso.
A hand was visible at the edge of the curtain, and it appears that Francisco had managed to capture how it materialized, providing further evidence that what inhabited the house was completely real, perhaps even demonic. To this day, Francisco doesn't fully know what this thing is or what it wants from him, and the case is still ongoing. This was captured by a man who was documenting his reptiles and his tarantulas, and whilst doing so, he captured something quite strange that he couldn't explain. A weird eyeball was captured here, and he didn't know how this was possible, if this was something otherworldly, or just a weird glitch. It's really hard to say. What is your explanation? I'm sure that some of you have heard about Frank the Caver and his channel exploring abandoned mines in unusual places. He's quite famous for his ghostly encounter in the Horton mine, and it all started with him exploring this old ore mine, when all of a sudden some ghostly activity unfolded.
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not. Yeah, this mine definitely has a very spooky vibe to it. So I'm going to head back out and check out the other stuff that's here. This is just too wet, too muddy. And obviously something is making the chains swing. So
Chains that were moving completely on their own. It made Frank uneasy, and he wanted to find out more about this mysterious cave. So he returned a few weeks later, and after another tour through the abandoned cave, captured some more inexplicable stuff.
there's the ore pass with all the cascading water, and what the f is that?
The footage had been analyzed and nobody could come up with an explanation of what happened there that day. And Frank swears that he never faked anything, and even the experts think that nobody had tampered with the material. But it was not the only cave where Frank could capture terrifying sounds. One evening he checked out another abandoned mine in Nevada, where many believe he came across some ghostly voices from beyond the grave.
Almost a foot in diameter, the big cross timber, so they had to put big ones in here to hold up all of this rock. And you can see right here where some of these boards are bending. Do you hear that? Sounds like what is that, wind? I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. Do you hear that? It stopped. Well, I don't know what that is. That doesn't sound like wind, but that's crazy. Don't know if that's a bird or I don't know what that is. It almost sounds like snakes, but
Isn't that simply terrifying? Even more impressive is what he could come up with in the Black Widow mine.
what do you suppose that was? A water tank or something? Okay. I came across this noose here in the intersection in the mine. Tunnel going that way and that way. And then here's the noose tied to a beam way up there.
Are we getting a glimpse of an unidentified creature, person, or entity watching Frank? This footage also never has been fully explained, but his fans are sure that something was lurking at our brave explorer here, and then vanishing into the pitch-black cave tunnels. The next video was shared by a young man who reports that after a Ouija board session with his friends, really strange occurrences started to unfold in the home of his family. His parents are out of the house pretty regularly, and for whatever reason, the scariest encounters seem to unfold whenever the young man is staying alone in the house. People speculate that he might have opened a portal into a dark realm. The following was recorded one night, shortly before the man had planned to go to bed.
Gabe? Gabe? It's your mom. You should come out. You've been in there for so long. Gabe? Come out. Gabe. Gabe, it's your mother. You should come out.
Then what's your name then?
It is pretty unclear what exactly is roaming in this house. Many believe, though, that a demon might be trying to lure him out of his room in order to engage in a possession. Could this be the case? Who can say?